Hello class, my name is Elio Pereira, and for this assignment I am on the defendant's side of this case, and I will be covering question number 4 out of the 4 questions. There will be a question A and question B. Question A asks, should the Groh family win the case against the hotel when she, which is her daughter, Jillian, left the hotel on her own free will. She was not evicted. She was not asked to leave, and she got into a car intoxicated. Our response to this is there is no real case that they have against this because she was not evicted. She was asked to stay in the hotel. The manager asked her to stay. She was asked to stay, plus her 2 girlfriends, which were checked into the hotel with her. They voluntarily chose to leave with the remaining group of friends that were there with them and walked out of the hotel. They stated that they were waiting for a taxi, and the security just didn't let them go inside the hotel. So they already, the hotel was already aware that they were waiting for a taxi outside the hotel. They chose not to get into a taxi. It stated in the information provided that they walked past a taxi stand and chose not to get into a taxi. Instead, Mrs. Jillian Groh decided to give the keys to her car to her friend, which was also intoxicated. She was part of this group. Down to the stories, this young lady's blood alcohol level at the scene of the accident was 0.22, nearly 3 times the legal, above the legal limit. So you cannot sue an establishment for someone's reckless decisions. And the second question here will be, should the fact that she had the option to take into a cab have impacted the case against the hotel? Yeah, she cannot sue the hotel because the hotel was aware that they were waiting for a taxi. They decided to walk to the garage downstairs next door, walked by a taxi cab stand, and never got into a taxi. They chose to be reckless. Not only Mrs. Groh, Julian Groh, but also the rest of the group. It was 7-8 of them decided to, gamble and just get in a car when they all knew they were drunk. So there is no case. The hotel never evicted her, so you cannot sue the hotel for kicking her out because the hotel asked her to stay. They never forcefully evicted her or anything. Sadly, this case is heartbreaking because so many young lives have been devastated. So many families' lives have been devastated because of the reckless actions of young people drinking and driving and not spending the $20 or $30 on a taxi ride. And to make things worse, the hotel would have paid for them to take a taxi home because they've done it for other guests before. All they had to do is ask, but they didn't. So they chose to be reckless. They chose to drink and drive, and nobody else is at fault except for themselves. They took it upon themselves to drink and drive. And that's my closing argument is you can blame somebody else for your own decisions. So that's that. Thank you.